Pay attention to this security footage. March 16, 2024. 11:34 p.m. Al Bursha South. Villa 847, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The camera is mounted above the villa's side entrance gate and it captures only 29 seconds. In the frame, you see a woman stumbling along the private driveway. Her name is Yasmin Reyes, 35 years old, general manager of Palm Royale Hotel. She is wearing what she wore to work that morning. Cream silk blouse, black pencil skirt, one heel on, one heel missing. Her hair has fallen from its usual neat bun. Dark strands stick to her face. Nothing looks right. Watch closely. Notice at timestamp 23 hours 34 minutes and 8 seconds. Her right hand reaches for the villa wall to steady herself. Her fingers drag along the limestone for exactly 4.2 seconds before she loses balance. Notice her left hand clutching her stomach. Notice the way her head tilts back, disoriented, like she is trying to remember where she is or how she got here. Notice at 23 hours 34 minutes and 19 seconds, she stops walking, completely still, swaying slightly. Her mouth opens like she is about to call for help, but no sound comes, just her chest heaving, breathing too fast. In the next 8 seconds, she makes one decision that feels logical in her compromised state. She sees the villa's side door, 15 feet ahead, partially open, light spilling out. She moves toward it. Slow steps, unsteady, hands still on the wall. At exactly 23 hours 34 minutes and 27 seconds, she reaches the door frame. Her right hand grips the handle. She leans her body weight against the door. It swings open wider. At 23 hours 34 minutes and 29 seconds, she steps inside. The door closes behind her. And this is what makes this footage different from every other clip you have seen. That villa belongs to Samir Al-Hashimi, married real estate investor, worth $900 million. The man she had been having an affair with for 11 months. The man who had been systematically isolating her, surveilling her, controlling every aspect of her life. The man who, 3 hours earlier, had drugged her wine at a private dinner. Yasmin Reyes walked into that villa at 11:34 p.m. She never walked out. Her body was found 41 hours later in a shipping container at Jebel Ali Industrial Zone, 18 kilometers from that villa, strangled, wrapped in Egyptian cotton sheets from the same villa bedroom. Forensics later confirmed she died between midnight and 2 a.m. on March 17th. Cause of death: manual strangulation, petechial hemorrhaging in the eyes, ligature marks on wrists and ankles, rohypnol and alcohol in her system, concentration levels indicating she had been incapacitated, unable to fight back effectively. This is not a story about a workplace affair that ended badly. This is a story about obsessive love disorder, unchecked power, institutional complicity, and a woman who tried everything to escape, reported harassment internally, sought legal counsel, planned to flee the country, and still ended up dead because the man hunting her had money, access, and a system that protected him at every turn. Most people who hear about Yasmin Reyes think the same thing. She should have known better. Married man, powerful investor, obvious red flags. But here is what you do not know yet. The affair started 11 months before that footage. The obsession started 14 months before that. And by the time Yasmin realized she was in danger, Samir Al-Hashimi had already installed hidden cameras in her apartment, cloned her phone, hired investigators to track her every movement, and structured her professional life so thoroughly around his investments that leaving him meant losing her career. The question is not why she got involved with him. The question is why every single institution that could have saved her, the hotel management, the police, the legal system, chose to protect him instead. Who was Yasmin Reyes? Born February 14, 1989, in Quezon City, Philippines. Middle child. Father died when she was 12, construction accident, no insurance, family financially destroyed overnight. Mother cleaned houses. Yasmin raised her 2 younger siblings while finishing school. Graduated top of her class. Full scholarship to University of the Philippines hospitality management degree. Came to Dubai in January 2014 with $800 in savings and a dream that sounded impossible to everyone back home. Become a hotel executive before 35. She started as a front desk associate at a mid-tier hotel in Dera. Salary: AED 3,500 per month. She worked double shifts, studied hotel operations during lunch breaks, learned Arabic at night. Sent AD 2,000 home every month, even though that left her almost nothing. Promoted to front desk supervisor within 8 months. Guest relations manager within 18 months. Assistant rooms division manager at 28. Rooms division manager at 31. Director of operations at 33. January 2023. Palm Royale Hotel, a new luxury property backed by Emirati Royal Family Investment, named her general manager. She was 34 years old, the youngest GM in the company. First Filipina woman to hold the position. Salary: AED 35,000 per month plus bonuses. She sent AED 8,000 home monthly. Paid for her sister's nursing school. Paid for her brother's university. Bought her mother a house in Manila, small, concrete, but theirs. Her life was structured, disciplined, controlled. Monday through Friday. Hotel, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday. Half day, errands, gym. Sunday, church at St. Mary's Catholic Church, Filipino Community Center. Video call with family. She did not date casually. Did not go to clubs. Did not post personal life on social media. Her Instagram had 340 followers, mostly hotel industry contacts. Last personal post, 11 months before her death. Photo of Manila sunset with caption, "Home." Friends described her as warm but guarded, professional but distant. One friend, Teresa, a fellow hotel manager, said this in her police interview. "Yasmin told me once she did not have time for complications. She was building something. She had people depending on her. She could not afford to mess up. What she did not know. Someone had been watching her build it. Someone who saw her discipline as a challenge. Someone who decided that if she would not give herself to him willingly, he would engineer a situation where she had no choice." The Missing Person Report. March 16, 2024. 6:34 p.m. Yasmin does not show up for the evening executive committee meeting. This is unusual. She has not missed a scheduled meeting in 18 months. 6:41 p.m. Her assistant manager, Priya Mehta, calls her mobile. No answer. 6:58 p.m. Priya calls again. Straight to voicemail. 7:12 p.m. Priya calls the third time, then the fourth, then the fifth. Nothing. 7:23 p.m. Priya checks Yasmin's office. Laptop open. Screensaver active. Coffee mug on desk, still half full, cold. Handbag in the bottom drawer where she always keeps it. Car keys gone. 7:45 p.m. Priya calls hotel security. "Can you check the parking garage? Ms. Rhea's car. Is it still here?" 7:52 p.m. Security confirms. Her car is gone. Silver Toyota Camry, 2019. License plate 54 D3847. Last recorded exit from garage. 3:17 p.m. that afternoon. 8:30 p.m. Priya calls Yasmin's apartment building management. No answer at Unit 1504. Building security agrees to check. 8:47 p.m. Security enters the apartment with master key. Door was locked from outside. Deadbolt engaged. Inside, silence. Lights off. No sign of Yasmin, but signs of disturbance. A chair in the living room knocked on its side. A framed photo of her family face down on the floor. Glass cracked. In the bedroom, closet partially open, clothes pulled out like someone packed in a hurry. In the bathroom, her prescription medication bottle on the counter, cap off, pills scattered in the sink. Lorazepam, prescribed 3 months earlier for anxiety. Prescription note in file. Patient reports workplace stress, difficulty sleeping, hypervigilance. On the kitchen counter, her laptop, open. Browser history last accessed at 2:14 p.m. that day. Search terms, Restraining Order UAE process, Domestic Violence Shelter Dubai, Legal Aid for Expats UAE, How to Leave Abusive Relationships Safely, and next to the laptop, a handwritten note on hotel stationery. Just 2 words in her handwriting, I'm sorry. 9:20 p.m. Building security calls Dubai police. 10:17 p.m. Missing person report filed. Case number 2024 MP 4782. 11:03 p.m. Detective Rashid Mahmood, Criminal Investigation Department, arrives at the apartment. Detective Mahmood has worked missing persons for 16 years. He knows the patterns. He knows what to look for. He photographs the scene methodically. The overturned chair, the scattered pills, the cracked photo frame, the laptop search history. He opens her bedroom closet. Most clothes still there, but gaps on the hangers. He checks the bathroom. Toothbrush missing. Makeup bag missing. He checks the safe in the closet. Passport still inside. Philippine passport, valid until 2027. If she was planning to run, she did not get far. Detective Mahmood notices something else. On the nightstand, a rose gold ring, not a wedding ring, promise ring, engraved on the inside, Forever S. He bags it as evidence. 11:47 p.m. Detective Mahmood interviews Priya Mehta. Did Ms. Reyes seem upset recently? Any conflicts at work? Personal issues? Priya hesitates. Then, she was stressed. The last few months very stressed. She was not sleeping well. She seemed afraid. Afraid of what? She never said. But 3 weeks ago, she asked me something strange. She asked if I knew any lawyers. I asked why. She said she just needed advice on a personal matter. I gave her a name. I do not know if she contacted them. Detective Mahmood writes this down. Did she mention anyone? A boyfriend? An ex? Priya's face changes. There were rumors that she was seeing someone, but Yasmin was private. She never confirmed anything. Who was the rumor about? Priya looks uncomfortable. An investor, a married investor, but it was just gossip. I do not know if it was true. What is his name? Long pause. Samir Al-Hashimi. Detective Mahmood stops writing. He knows that name. Everyone in Dubai knows that name. Did she ever report feeling threatened by him? Not to me. But 2 months ago she changed. She stopped smiling. Stopped talking about anything personal. She looked tired all the time. Jumpy. Like she was always watching over her shoulder. The timeline fracture. Let me take you back 26 months. Because what happened on March 16, 2024, did not start on March 16, 2024. It started on January 12, 2022, at exactly 8:34 p.m., during a charity gala for Syrian refugee children at Palm Royale Hotel. Yasmin had been general manager for 12 days. First major event under her leadership. 340 guests. Government officials, celebrities, royal family members, investors. Guest number 127. Samir Al-Hashimi, 44 years old, CEO of Al-Hashimi Investments. Real estate portfolio across UAE, Saudi Arabia, Egypt. Net worth estimated at $900 million. Married to Layla Al-Hashimi, daughter of UAE Minister of Infrastructure. 3 children, Rashid, 16, Amira, 14, Zayed, 9. Reputation. Strategic, patient, meticulous. Does not lose. Hotel security footage, Ballroom East. Timestamp 20 hours 34 minutes and 16 seconds. Samir enters. Black tuxedo, Tag Heuer watch, confident posture. He scans the room slowly, methodically. Timestamp 20 hours 34 minutes and 29 seconds. His eyes stop. Across the ballroom, near the catering coordination station, Yasmin is speaking with the executive chef. She is wearing a navy blue dress, hair in a professional bun, gesturing with her hands as she reviews the evening timeline. Samir watches her for 47 uninterrupted seconds. Not casual observation, fixed attention. The kind of watching that means a decision has already been made. Timestamp 20 hours 35 minutes and 28 seconds. He walks directly toward her. Straight line. No hesitation. Timestamp 20 hours 35 minutes and 34 seconds. He extends his hand. Samir Al-Hashimi. I wanted to compliment you on the event. Flawlessly organized. Yasmin smiles politely, shakes his hand. Thank you, Mr. Al-Hashimi. We appreciate your attendance. They speak for 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Polite, professional. She laughs once at something he says. He leans in slightly when he speaks, maintains eye contact the entire time. Timestamp 20 hours 37 minutes and 52 seconds. Yasmin excuses herself. Please enjoy the evening. If you need anything, my team is here to assist. She walks away, returns to coordinating with staff. Timestamp 20 hours 38 minutes and 4 seconds. Samir does not move. He watches her walk away, watches where she goes, watches how she moves, watches who she talks to. Timestamp 20 hours 38 minutes and 19 seconds. He takes out his phone, types something, sends it. What he typed? A message to his executive assistant. Find out everything about the woman I just spoke to. Name, background, employment history, family, address, schedule. I want it by morning. What Yasmin thought. Another wealthy guest. Polite handshake. Routine interaction. She forgot about him within 10 minutes. What she did not know. In the next 11 months, Samir Al-Hashimi would invest $14 million in her hotel, book 53 suite nights he never used, send 89 gifts to her office, memorize every detail of her routine, install surveillance equipment in her apartment, clone her phone, and systematically construct a cage around her life so thoroughly that by the time she realized what was happening, every exit was already locked. By the time she tried to leave, he had already decided she never would. The systematic approach. Samir Al-Hashimi was not impulsive. Men with $900 million do not get there by being impulsive. They get there by being patient, strategic, obsessively detailed. January 13, 2022, 7:42 a.m. His executive assistant delivers a file. 23 pages. Yasmin Reyes, complete dossier. Full legal name, Yasmin Isabella Reyes. Date of birth, February 14, 1989. Place of birth, Quezon City, Philippines. Passport number. Visa status. Employment visa, renewable annually, sponsored by Palm Royale Hotel. Current address, Marina Heights Tower, Unit 1504, Dubai Marina. Vehicle registration, Toyota Camry 2019. License plate 54D3847. Employment history. Every hotel she worked at, every position held, every promotion, salary progression. Current salary, AD $35,000 per month plus performance bonuses. Family. Mother, Isabella, age 63, living in Manila. Sister, Christina, age 31, nursing student. Brother, Miguel, age 28, university student, engineering. Financial dependence, sends AD $8,000 monthly to family. Social media, Instagram account, 340 followers. Infrequent posts, last personal post 4 months ago. Facebook account, privacy settings high, friends list not visible. LinkedIn profile, professional headshot, extensive work history. Known associates, primarily hotel staff, Filipino community connections, church attendance at St. Mary's every Sunday. Relationship status, single, no current boyfriend identified, no significant romantic history in UAE. Daily routine, detailed breakdown of her schedule based on hotel staff interviews and observation. Monday through Friday at Hotel 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday half day. Grocery shopping at Carrefour Marina Mall. Gym at Marina Fitness Center. Sunday church, community center. Family video calls. Personality assessment, compiled from staff interviews. Professional, dedicated, private, ambitious, risk-averse, values stability and security. Strong sense of responsibility to family. Vulnerabilities identified: financial pressure from family obligations, isolation from support network in home country, dependency on work visa for legal status, limited romantic experience, tendency to trust authority figures. Samir read this file 4 times that night, highlighted key sections, made notes in the margins. Next to value stability and security, he wrote, approach slowly. Do not threaten what she has built. Next to limited romantic experience, he wrote, she will not know the signs. Next to tendency to trust authority figures, he wrote, position myself as mentor, protector. On the last page, he wrote one word, patient. Phase 1, proximity creation. February 3, 2022. Al-Hashimi Investments announces $6 million investment in Palm Royale Hotel renovation project. Contract specifies monthly progress meetings. Samir personally requests Yasmin attend all meetings. Hotel ownership agrees immediately. Al-Hashimi money means prestige, expansion, security. February 18, 2022. Samir books the Royal Suite for 3 nights. $2,400 per night. He does not stay a single night. He books it purely to have a reason to interact with hotel management. To see Yasmin, he calls the front desk with minor requests. Extra towels, different pillows, water temperature in shower not quite right. Nothing major. Just enough that staff escalate to management. Just enough that Yasmin personally follows up. She calls his mobile. Mr. Al-Hashimi, I apologize for the inconvenience. I want to ensure everything is perfect. May I send someone to assist? His voice is warm, gracious. Please call me Samir. And truly, it is nothing. Your team is wonderful. I am just particular. She laughs politely. We want our guests to be comfortable. I will have engineering check the suite immediately. I appreciate that. You run a very tight operation, Yasmin. May I call you Yasmin? Brief pause. Of course. Excellent. I will let you get back to work. He hangs up, smiles. First name basis achieved. March 7, 2022. A package arrives at Yasmin's office. Delivered by private courier. Inside, a designer coffee set from Paris. French press, hand-painted ceramic cups, premium Arabica beans. Estimated value, $800. Attached note, handwritten. For someone who clearly runs on caffeine and excellence. Thank you for making my stays so comfortable. Samir. Yasmin stares at the gift. This is too much. Too personal. She should refuse it. But hotel policy is complicated. High-value guests often send gifts. Refusing can be seen as rude, can jeopardize business relationships. She consults with her director of sales. Al-Hashimi just invested $6 million. If he wants to send a coffee set, let him send a coffee set. Just send a thank you note. Yasmin sends an email. Professional, brief. Mr. Al-Hashimi, thank you for the thoughtful gift. It is much appreciated. We look forward to continuing our partnership. Samir receives the email, reads it 3 times, saves it in a folder labeled Y Correspondence. In his office, he opens a notebook. Black leather, no label. Inside, pages dedicated to Yasmin. Date, time, interaction type, her response, analysis. Entry for March 7th. Gift accepted. Email response formal but polite. She is still maintaining professional boundaries. Expected. Continue gradual approach. Next step. Face-to-face meeting. Non-business context. Phase 2. Emotional investment. March through May 2022. Samir books a suite every 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes he stays 1 night. Sometimes he books and cancels last minute, citing schedule changes. But he always finds a reason to be in the hotel lobby when Yasmin is working. Always finds a reason to exchange a few words. How is your mother? I remember you mentioned her birthday was coming up. Yasmin is surprised he remembered. She is well, thank you for asking. Family is everything. I hope you are able to spend time with her soon. I will visit in a few months, inshallah. Inshallah, he repeats, smiling. You have learned Arabic well. These interactions are brief, always respectful, always in public spaces, always witnesses around. He never makes her uncomfortable, never says anything inappropriate, never crosses a line. Hotel staff begin to notice. Mr. Al-Hashimi always asks for Ms. Reyes personally. Yasmin's assistant jokes one day, "I think you have an admirer." Yasmin laughs it off. He is married. He is just being friendly. Some guests are like that. What she did not know. Every time she walked through that lobby, Samir was watching. Not in person. On his laptop. From his office 12 kilometers away. The upgraded security system he had paid for as part of his investment included remote access to all hotel cameras. IT department installed it thinking it was standard investor oversight protection of investment. Samir had live feeds. Lobby. Parking garage. Corridors. Executive offices. He watched her arrive every morning. Watched her walk to her office. Watched her in meetings through the glass conference room walls. Watched her leave every evening. He knew her routine better than her own assistant. Knew she arrived between 6:58 and 7:04 a.m. every weekday. Knew she parked in the same spot, level 2, Bay 47. Knew she stopped at the hotel cafe every morning, ordered the same coffee. Cappuccino, extra foam, no sugar. Knew she ate lunch at her desk most days, usually a salad from the kitchen. Knew she left between 6:50 and 7:10 p.m. unless there was an event. In his notebook, he documented everything. Pages and pages. Patterns, preferences, habits. Monday. Wears neutral colors, usually gray or beige. Tuesday. Sometimes navy. Friday. Slightly more relaxed. Once wore jeans with blazer. Never wears red. Never wears excessive jewelry. Wedding ring finger empty. Wears same watch daily. Simple silver, possibly a gift. Posture. Confident in professional settings. More guarded in personal conversations. Smiles easily with staff. Reserved with guests. Tactile with female colleagues. Maintains distance with men. Possible past boundary violation or cultural upbringing. Voice. Raises pitch slightly when stressed. Speaks slower when choosing words carefully. Laughs genuinely only when caught off guard. He was studying her. The way a hunter studies prey. Learning her patterns. Identifying weaknesses. Planning the approach. The wife's silence. While Samir was building his obsession, 8 kilometers away in a villa in Emirates Hills, his wife Layla was watching her husband disappear. September 2022. Samir starts working late. For sometimes 5 nights a week. Comes home after 11 p.m. Showers immediately. Barely speaks. Phone always face down on the table. Never used to do that. New cologne. Heavier application. Why would someone working alone in an office need cologne? Distracted during family dinners. Eyes glazed. Somewhere else. September 23, 2022. 10:15 p.m. Layla hears the shower running. Samir is home late again. She walks into his home office. His laptop is open. She should not look. She knows she should not look. She looks. Desktop folder labeled PR Hotel Project. She opens it. 847 photographs. Not of hotel renovations. Of a woman. Professional photos from hotel events. Zoomed surveillance shots. Her in the parking garage. Her at a coffee shop. Her walking into a church. Her at a grocery store. Her in her car. Timestamps on the files go back to January. 8 months of photographs. Layla's hands shake. She scrolls through them. This woman is beautiful. Young. Professional looking. Who is she? She clicks on a document file. Y.Reyes background summary. She reads it. 23 pages. Everything about this woman. Her family. Her salary. Her routine. Her vulnerabilities. Layla has seen this before. Flashback. 2009. Before they married, Samir dated a woman named Noor. Marketing executive. Beautiful, independent. They dated for 4 months. Noor tried to end it. Said she did not see a future. Samir could not accept it. He showed up at her workplace. 15 times in 2 weeks. left flowers in her car. She never figured out how he got access. Sent letters to her parents claiming they were engaged, that he had paid a dowry, that she was dishonoring their agreement. Nor moved to London, changed her number, disappeared. When Layla met Samir a year later, she heard rumors. Mutual friends told her to be careful. Samir does not handle rejection well, but he was charming with her, patient, respectful. She dismissed the rumors as exaggerations. They married in 2010. For the first few years, it was good. Then small things started. He needed to know where she was always. Got angry when she did not answer her phone immediately. Checked her messages. Isolated her from certain friends. They are not good influences. I am protecting you. His mother warned her once, early in the marriage. When Samir loves something, he consumes it. Be careful you do not disappear. Layla did not understand then. She does now. September 23, 2022. The confrontation. Samir walks into the office. Towel around his waist. Hair wet. He sees Layla at his laptop. His face does not change. Calm. Cold. Who is she? Layla's voice shakes. A business associate. You have 847 photographs of a business associate? Silence. You went through my computer. Are you having an affair? He walks closer. I have not touched her. But you want to. He does not deny it. Yes. I will divorce you. Samir's expression shifts. Something dangerous behind his eyes. You divorce me, you lose the children. Emirati law, you know this. Your father's political career ends in scandal. Your family's reputation destroyed. You will have nothing. Layla feels the air leave her lungs. Samir's voice softens. Or you stay quiet. Keep the life you have. I am not leaving you. I am not leaving my children. I just need this. This? She is a person. I know. And she will be fine. Everyone will be fine. As long as you do not interfere. Layla stares at him. This man she has known for 14 years. Father of her children. She does not recognize him. If I say nothing, and something happens to her, nothing will happen to her. Samir interrupts. I will not hurt her. I just need to see where it goes. Layla makes a choice that will haunt her for the rest of her life. She stays quiet. The first real meeting. October 4th, 2022. 3:15 p.m. Yasmin receives a text from an unfamiliar number. Hello Yasmin, this is Samir Al-Hashimi. I know this is unusual, but I could use your advice on something personal. You are one of the smartest people I know. Would you have time for coffee? She stares at the message. How did he get her personal number? She should not respond. This is inappropriate. But he has invested millions in her hotel. He has been nothing but respectful. Maybe he genuinely needs advice. She types, Of course, Mr. Al-Hashimi. Happy to help. When works for you. His response is immediate. Please, call me Samir. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., the rooftop cafe near your hotel. She hesitates for 3 minutes before responding. See you then. October 5th, 2022. 4 p.m. Saffron Sky Lounge. Rooftop venue. Open-air seating. View of Dubai Marina. Samir arrives first. He has already ordered her coffee. When she sits down, there it is. Cappuccino extra foam. She is surprised. How did you know? He smiles. I pay attention. They talk for 3 hours. The conversation that changed everything. October 5th, 2022. 4 p.m. They sit across from each other at a corner table. Dubai Marina stretches below them. Luxury yachts bobbing in turquoise water. Samir has positioned himself so the sun is behind him, so Yasmin has to squint slightly when she looks at him, so she is the one illuminated. He starts with the story he has prepared. His marriage is failing. Not dramatically, just slowly eroding. Layla is a wonderful mother, a gracious wife, but they have become strangers sharing a house. No intimacy, no real conversation, just routine. Do you know what it is like? He says, leaning forward. To be lonely even when you are surrounded by people? Yasmin feels something shift in her chest. She does know. She has spent 10 years building a career, supporting a family, being strong for everyone. She cannot remember the last time someone asked her how she felt. She tells him this, more than she planned to. She talks about the pressure, the isolation, the exhaustion of always being the responsible one. How she sometimes wonders if she has missed out on actually living. Samir listens, really listens, asks follow-up questions, remembers details from things she said 20 minutes ago, makes her feel seen in a way she has not felt in years. At 6:47 p.m., they stand to leave. 3 hours have passed. Felt like 30 minutes. Samir says, "I have not felt this comfortable with anyone in years." Yasmin hears herself reply, "Me neither." The air between them crackles with something dangerous. "Can we do this again?" he asks. She knows she should say no. He is married. He is an investor. This will complicate everything. But she says, yes. What she did not know. This conversation was not spontaneous. Samir had practiced it. In his notebook, page 34, titled Initial Emotional Connection, script, target vulnerabilities, isolation, pressure, lack of emotional intimacy. Approach, mirror her loneliness, create illusion of unique understanding, position myself as safe confidant before introducing romantic element. Timeline, 4 to 6 weeks of building trust before escalation. Every word he said had been calculated. Every question designed to make her reveal herself. Every moment of seeming vulnerability was strategic deployment. This was not a conversation. This was a hunt. October-December 2022. The escalation. They meet for coffee every week. Then twice a week. Always the same place. Always just talking. Nothing physical. But the emotional intimacy deepens with each meeting. Samir tells her about his childhood. Fourth-generation Emirati family. Pressure to be perfect. Father who measured success only in money and status. He felt like a trophy, not a son. Yasmin tells him about losing her father. The trauma of sudden poverty. Raising her siblings while still a child herself. The guilt she carries for leaving them to chase her dreams in Dubai. These conversations feel sacred. Like they are telling each other things they have never told anyone. What she did not know. He was using the same stories on her that he had used on 3 women before her. Police would later find his notebook contained identical backstory deployment on pages marked for different names. Nor. Page. 2 others whose full names were redacted in court documents. The stories were not entirely false. Just weaponized. He knew which parts of his real history would create the deepest connection with each target. November 14, 2022. Their 8th meeting. Samir shifts the conversation. "I need to tell you something, and I am afraid it will change how you see me." Yasmin's heart rate spikes. "What is it?" "I am falling in love with you." Silence. 10 seconds. 15. "Samir, you are married." "I know. And I would never ask you to." He stops. Looks away. Vulnerability performed perfectly. "I just needed you to know. You make me feel alive in a way I have not felt in years. Maybe ever." She should end it right there. Get up. Walk away. Block his number. Instead she says, "I think about you too." His face lights up. He reaches across the table, stops just before touching her hand. "I do not want to complicate your life. We do not have to do anything about this. Just knowing you feel it too is enough." This is the masterpiece of manipulation. He has confessed his feelings but positioned himself as restrained, respectful, put the power in her hands, made her feel like any escalation would be her choice, not his pressure. December 2022. The physical boundary breaks. December 18th. Evening meeting. Same cafe. But tonight there is tension neither of them is pretending to ignore anymore. "Samir, I booked a suite at the Atlantis, just to have somewhere quiet to talk. No pressure. But if you want." She knows what this means. She knows crossing this line will change everything. She goes with him. December 31st, 2022. 11:58 p.m. New Year's Eve. Yasmin is working a hotel event. Samir texts, "Where are you?" She tells him. He shows up. "I could not let you spend New Year alone." They go to his suite. Champagne he had prepared. At midnight he kisses her. She kisses back. What she did not know. In the parking garage, a private investigator Samir hired is photographing her car, documenting her arrival time, her entry into the hotel with him. Insurance, Samir called it. Leverage, it actually was. In his phone, a tracking application is recording her location every minute. He installed it 3 weeks ago. She left her phone on the table when she went to the bathroom at a cafe. He picked it up, entered her passcode, which he had observed her type 14 times, memorized the pattern, installed the app, disguised it as a system update icon. 40 seconds total. He now knew everywhere she went, every call she made, every text she sent. January-March 2023. The cage tightens. The affair becomes all-consuming. For Yasmin, it feels like finally living after years of just surviving. For Samir, it is ownership. They see each other 3, sometimes 4 times a week. Always hotel suites he books. Never his home. Never hers. Neutral territory where he controls the environment. The sex is intense. But afterward, Samir wants to talk. For hours. He wants to know everything. Her childhood memories. Her fears. Her dreams. Her family dynamics. Which sister she is closer to. What her mother worries about. Where her brother goes to university. She thinks this is intimacy. It is surveillance. February 2023. Samir starts asking her to change small things. That perfume you wear, I love it. But have you tried this one? Sends her a different fragrance. More expensive. His preference. Your hair looks beautiful down. Why do you always wear it up for work? She starts wearing it down sometimes. You should come to this restaurant with me Friday. I want to introduce you to some people. She goes. Meets his business associates. He introduces her as a very special friend. She feels the weight of that. The claiming. March 2023. The requests become demands. I do not like you going to that Filipino community center. Those people do not understand you like I do. Why do you need to call your family every Sunday? They depend on you too much. You need boundaries. Delete that photo from Instagram. I do not want other men looking at you. Each request is framed as concern, as love, as protecting her. But Yasmin starts to feel something shifting, something uncomfortable. She tries to push back gently. Samir, my family is important to me. I cannot just stop calling them. His face darkens, just for a second. Then the smile returns. Of course, I am sorry. I just worry about you taking care of everyone except yourself. But she has seen it now. The flicker of something cold behind his eyes. April 2023. The first real fight. April 8th, 2023. 7:34 p.m. Yasmin tells Samir she cannot meet him that week. She has a hotel conference in Abu Dhabi. 3 days, full schedule. Samir, cancel it. Yasmin laughs, thinks he is joking. I cannot cancel it. I am one of the keynote speakers. Then I will come with you. Samir, that does not make sense. It is a work event. His voice goes flat. I do not want you going alone. I will not be alone. The entire management team is going. How many men will be there? She realizes he is serious. What does that matter? It matters to me. I do not want you spending 3 days surrounded by men who will be looking at you. This is my job. Your job is becoming a problem. Yasmin feels anger rising. My job is the reason we met. The reason I am here. I am not canceling. Samir stares at her. Silent. Then, fine. Go. But do not be surprised when I am not here when you get back. He leaves. No kiss goodbye. No text that night. Yasmin goes to Abu Dhabi. The conference is professional, important for her career. But she cannot focus. She checks her phone constantly. No messages from Samir. 2 days of silence. April 11th. 8:16 p.m. She returns to Dubai. Gets to her apartment. There is a bouquet of white roses on her doorstep. 100 roses. Card reads, I am sorry. Cannot lose you. Please forgive me. S. She calls him. He answers immediately. I was wrong. I just love you so much it makes me crazy. Come to me. She goes to him. They have sex. Intense, almost desperate. Afterward, he holds her and says, Promise me you will never leave me. She says, I promise. What she did not know. While she was in Abu Dhabi, Samir had accessed her laptop remotely using spyware he installed months earlier. Read her work emails. Checked her search history. Looked through her photo gallery. He also had someone break into her apartment. Not to steal. To install 3 cameras. 1 in the bedroom. 1 in the living room. 1 in the bathroom. Now he could watch her even when she was alone. See who she talked to. What she wore. How she spent her time. The roses were not an apology. They were a warning. Step out of line and there are consequences. May-July 2023. The isolation accelerates. Samir becomes more demanding. Needs to know where she is every moment. Gets angry when she does not respond to texts within minutes. May 2023. He tells her he does not want her going to church anymore. Religion is a crutch. You do not need it. You have me. She refuses. Goes to church anyway. That Sunday he shows up at St. Mary's. Sits in the back. Watches her the entire service. Afterward, in the parking lot, I just wanted to see what is so important that you choose it over time with me. June 2023. He tells her she is working too much. You are stressed. You should take a leave of absence. I will take care of you financially. She refuses. My career is everything I have built. You have me now. That should be enough. It is not about money. It is about purpose. His jaw tightens. Your purpose should be us. July 2023. He demands she stop sending money to her family. They are taking advantage of you. Let them stand on their own feet. This crosses a line. Samir, I have been supporting them since I was 21. I am not stopping. You are choosing them over me. That is not fair. Nothing about this is fair. He is yelling now. First time he has raised his voice. I have given you everything. I have risked my marriage, my reputation. And you still have divided loyalties. She stares at him, afraid now. Who are you right now? He stops. Collects himself. I am sorry. I love you so much I cannot think straight. But she has seen it. The mask slipping. The anger underneath. That night, alone in her apartment, she searches online. Signs of controlling relationship. Emotional manipulation tactics. How to know if partner is abusive. She does not know he is watching her search these terms in real time through her laptop camera. Watching her face as she reads articles about isolation, possessiveness, monitoring, threats. In his villa, Samir watches the screen. Takes notes. Adjusts his approach. If she is starting to pull away, he needs to accelerate the endgame. August 2023. The breaking point. August 14th, 2023. 9:47 p.m. Yasmin tells Samir they need to take a break. This has become too intense. I need space to think. Samir's face goes completely blank. Space. Just a few weeks. To clear my head. You want to leave me. I want to slow down. Figure out what I really want. He stands up. Paces. Then stops. Looks at her with an expression she cannot read. Do you know what I could do to you? His voice is quiet. Deadly. What? Your visa is sponsored by your hotel. Your hotel exists because of my investment. One phone call and you lose your job. Your visa. You get deported. Your family loses the money you send. Your mother loses her house. Your sister drops out of school. Yasmin feels ice in her veins. You would not. I would. If you leave me, I will destroy everything you have built. And then I will move on to your family. Your sister works at Manila General Hospital, yes? Christina, I have business partners there. One conversation, and she loses her job. You have been investigating my family? I know everything about you, Yasmin. Where your mother lives. Where your brother studies. The route your sister takes to work. I know everything because I love you. Because you are mine. She is shaking now. This is not love. This is the only love that matters. The kind that never lets go. She runs. Grabs her bag. Runs out of the suite. He does not follow. Just watches her go. In the elevator, she is sobbing. In her car, she cannot stop shaking. She drives home. Locks every door. Sits on her bathroom floor. She knows now. She is not in a relationship. She is in a trap. And the man she thought loved her has been building that trap for 14 months. The lawyer. August 16, 2023. 10:23 a.m. Yasmin sits in the waiting room of Al Mansouri Legal Consultancy. She used a VPN to search for lawyers. Paid cash for a taxi so her car GPS would not record this trip. Left her phone at home in her apartment so the location tracking would show she was still there. She is learning to think like someone being hunted. Attorney Fatima Al Mansouri, 52 years old, specializing in domestic abuse cases and protective orders, sits across from her. Tell me everything, Fatima says. Yasmin talks for 47 minutes. The affair, the escalation, the threats, the surveillance she suspects but cannot prove. Fatima takes notes. When Yasmin finishes, Fatima looks at her seriously. Do you have evidence of the threats? He said them in person. No texts. No recordings. Does he have any explicit material? Photos? Videos? Yasmin's face goes pale. Yes, from our relationship. Intimate photos. Some videos. Does he have anything that could damage your career? Everything. He has access to my hotel because of his investment. He could claim anything. Misuse of funds. Conflict of interest. My visa depends on my employment. Fatima leans back. This is a difficult situation. He is Emirati. Wealthy. Connected. You are on an employment visa. The power imbalance is severe. What can I do? First, we file for a restraining order. But I need to be honest with you. Men like him do not respond well to legal barriers. They see them as challenges. What is the alternative? I just let him control my life. No, but we need to be strategic. Gather evidence first. Record conversations if you can legally do so. Document every threat. Save every message. Build a case so strong he cannot fight it. How long will that take? Weeks. Maybe months. Yasmin feels despair crushing her. I do not have months. He is watching me constantly. If I stay, he will consume me completely. If I leave, he will destroy everything. Fatima reaches across the desk, touches her hand. Then we move faster. But you need to be very, very careful. Men like him are most dangerous when they feel loss of control. What Yasmin did not know. The law firm's email server had been compromised 3 months earlier. A targeted phishing attack. The IT company they hired to fix it was a front company owned by one of Samir's business partners. Every email Fatima sent about Yasmin's case was being forwarded to an encrypted account Samir monitored. He knew she went to a lawyer within 4 hours of the appointment. August-September 2023. The surveillance intensifies. Yasmin starts documenting everything. She buys a second phone, keeps it hidden at work. Uses it to photograph things in her apartment that have been moved. Small things. A drawer left slightly open. Her perfume bottle in a different position. Her laptop at a different angle than she left it. Someone is entering her apartment when she is not there. She changes her locks. The next day, things are moved again. She checks for cameras. She is not a professional, does not know what to look for, but she tries. Checks smoke detectors, electrical outlets, picture frames. She does not find them. They are too well hidden. Professional grade. Pinhole lenses. Motion activated. September 12, 2023. Samir texts her. We need to talk. She does not respond. He texts again. I saw you went to a lawyer. That was a mistake. Her blood goes cold. How does he know? I am not going to hurt you, Yasmin. I just want you to understand the consequences of your choices. September 13, 2023, 6:34 a.m. Yasmin arrives at work. Her assistant Priya is waiting, face pale. The owner wants to see you. Now. Yasmin goes to the owner's office. Sheikh Mohammed Al-Qasimi, 67, primary investor in Palm Royale Hotel. He does not invite her to sit. I have received concerning information about your conduct. What information? A relationship with an investor. Inappropriate use of hotel resources for personal affairs. Potential conflict of interest. Yasmin's heart stops. That is not true. I mean, there was a relationship, but it was personal. It never affected my work. Mr. Al-Hashimi has expressed concerns about your judgment. He is reconsidering his investment. She realizes what is happening. Samir is turning her employer against her. Sheikh Mohammed, Mr. Al-Hashimi, and I had a personal relationship that has ended. He is retaliating because I ended it. This is not about my job performance. Nevertheless, the perception is damaging. I am placing you on administrative leave while we investigate. You are suspending me? 2 weeks. Paid. Consider it an opportunity to resolve your personal matters. She walks out of his office in shock. Samir is systematically dismantling her life. October 2023. The escalation. October 3, 2023. Yasmin receives an email from her mother. Why did you stop sending money? Is everything okay? She has not stopped. She sent AD 8,000 3 days ago, same as every month. She checks her bank account. The transfer shows as completed. But her mother did not receive it. She calls the bank. The money was transferred to a different account. Not her mother's. An account she does not recognize. This is not the account I set up for automatic transfer. The bank representative checks. The account was changed on September 28th. You authorized it via our secure app. I did not authorize anything. The authorization came from your device, using your login credentials. Someone has access to her banking. Samir. It has to be. October 10th, 2023. She returns to work after her suspension. Her office has been moved. Smaller office. Lower floor. Her title is still general manager, but her authority has been reduced. Key decisions now require approval from Sheikh Mohammed. Samir has neutered her professionally without technically firing her. October 15th, 2023. She meets with Fatima again. He is escalating. I need that restraining order now. I filed the paperwork. But there is a problem. He has filed a counterclaim. He is claiming you have been harassing him, that you became obsessed after he ended the affair. He has provided evidence. What evidence? Fatima shows her photos of Yasmin outside Samir's office building. She was there once months ago for a legitimate meeting, but the photo is captioned as if she was stalking him. Text messages, except they are not real. Fabricated screenshots showing her sending desperate, obsessive messages begging him to take her back. This is fake. I never sent these. Can you prove that? Yasmin realizes she cannot. He controls the narrative. He is building a case that you are unstable, obsessive. If this goes to court, it becomes he said, she said. And he has more resources, more credibility. So what do I do? Leave. Leave Dubai. Go back to Philippines. Start over. Yasmin thinks about this. Her career. 10 years of work. Her family depending on her income. If I leave, he wins. If you stay, you might not survive. November 2023 to February 2024. The psychological warfare. November through February, Yasmin exists in a state of constant fear. Samir does not contact her directly, but his presence is everywhere. Her credit cards are suddenly declined. Fixed within 24 hours, but the message is clear. He can disrupt her finances anytime. Her apartment lease renewal is denied. Building management says the owner has decided not to renew. She finds out later Samir bought the building in October. She moves to a new apartment. Within a week, things start being moved again. Her car has a flat tire. Twice in 1 week. Mechanics find nothing wrong with the tires. She receives gifts at work. Expensive jewelry. No card. She knows they are from him. She refuses them. They keep coming. December 2023. She starts having panic attacks. Cannot sleep. Loses 12 pounds. Her hands shake constantly. Her doctor prescribes lorazepam for anxiety. She stops going to church. Too afraid he will show up. She stops seeing friends. Does not want to endanger them. She is completely isolated. Exactly what he wanted. March 2024. The final move. March 1st, 2024. Yasmin makes a decision. She will leave Dubai. Quietly. No announcements. Just disappear. She starts preparing. Buys a plane ticket to Manila for March 20th. Uses a travel agency. Pays cash. Books a one-way flight. Tells her family she is coming home for a visit. Does not tell them she is not coming back. Starts selling her belongings. Small things. Furniture. Clothes. Anything she cannot take with her. March 10th, 2024. She writes her resignation letter. Effective March 18th. 2 days before her flight. She plans to hand it in, work her final days, and leave. What she did not know. Samir had hacked her laptop months ago. He watched her buy the plane ticket. Watched her write her resignation letter. Watched her pack. He knew she was leaving. And he had already decided. If he could not have her, no one would. March 16th, 2024. The last day. Morning. Yasmin wakes up at 6:15 a.m. For days until her flight. She has told no one. Not even Fatima the lawyer. Too afraid of information leaking. She goes to work. Normal day. Final performance review meetings. Approving budgets. Staff scheduling. She is counting down hours. 96 hours until she is free. 2:14 p.m. She searches online during her lunch break. Restraining order UAE process. Domestic violence shelter Dubai. Legal aid for expats UAE. How to leave abusive relationships safely. She does not know Samir is watching these searches in real time. 3:17 p.m. She gets a text from an unknown number. Dinner tonight? I think we should talk before you leave. I know everything. Let's end this civilly. 8 p.m. My villa. I promise, just talking. She knows she should not go. Every instinct screams danger. But she also knows if she runs without facing him, he will hunt her. Hunt her family. She needs to end this. Needs closure. Needs him to let her go. She texts back. Okay, but just talking. 3:47 p.m. She tells Priya she is leaving early. Not feeling well. Will work from home if needed. She goes to her apartment. Showers. Changes clothes. Casual jeans, blouse. Not provocative. Not inviting anything. She writes a note on hotel stationery, just in case. I'm sorry. Leaves it on her kitchen counter. If something happens, at least people will know she had a bad feeling. 7:52 p.m. She drives to his villa in Al Bursha South. Private community. Gated. Security waves her through. They recognize her car from previous visits months ago. She parks. Walks to the door. Samir opens it. Smiling. Thank you for coming. I know this has been difficult. He looks calm. Reasonable. Like the man she first met. She steps inside. 8 p.m. to 11:34 p.m. The final hours. They sit in his living room. He has prepared dinner. Wine already poured. I want to apologize, he says. I handled this badly. I let my feelings control me. That was wrong. She is cautious. Okay. I know you are leaving. I am not going to stop you. I just wanted to say goodbye properly. To thank you for what we had. This is not what she expected. She feels herself relaxing slightly. They eat. Talk. He is charming again. Like the beginning. Funny. Self-deprecating. Admits he needs therapy. Admits he has control issues. You deserve better than what I gave you, he says. She drinks the wine. It tastes slightly bitter, but expensive wine sometimes does. By 9:30 p.m., she feels strange. Dizzy. The room tilts. Are you okay? Samir asks. I do not feel well. Maybe you should lie down. Let me help you. He guides her to a guest bedroom. She is confused. Cannot think clearly. Her limbs feel heavy. What is happening? Just rest. You will feel better soon. She lies down. The ceiling spins. She tries to get up. Cannot. Samir, what did you do? He sits in a chair across from the bed. Watches her. I gave you a choice, Yasmin. Stay with me or lose everything. You chose to leave. So now we both lose. She tries to speak. Her tongue is thick. Words will not form. He talks for hours. She fades in and out of consciousness. Hears fragments. I loved you more than I have loved anyone. You were supposed to be different. You were supposed to stay. If I cannot have you. Sometime after 11 p.m., he carries her to his car. She is barely conscious. Cannot resist. He drives through empty streets. Industrial zone. No cameras on this route. He has planned it carefully. 11:34 p.m. Security footage shows her stumbling along his villa's side driveway. She has regained some consciousness. Enough to walk. Trying to escape. Drugged. Disoriented. Terrified. She reaches the side door. Steps inside. The door closes. Midnight to 2 a.m. What happened in those hours? Only Samir knows. But forensics tells part of the story. Manual strangulation. Prolonged. He took his time. She fought. Skin under her fingernails. His DNA. But the Rohypnol made her weak. She could not fight hard enough. When she stopped moving, he wrapped her in sheets. Egyptian cotton. High thread count. From the bed where they used to make love. Carried her to his Range Rover. Drove to Jebel Ali. Industrial Zone 7. His private warehouse. 3:47 a.m. Security camera captures him carrying the bundle inside. He placed her in a shipping container. Locked it. Drove home. Showered. Went to sleep. The next morning he went to work. Normal day. Normal meetings. Yasmin Reyes was dead. And Samir al-Hashimi had already convinced himself it was her fault for trying to leave. March 17, 2024. The search. Detective Rashid Mahmoud stands in Yasmin Reyes' apartment at 2:34 a.m. He has been a detective for 16 years. He knows when something is wrong. Everything about this scene is wrong. The apartment is neat. Too neat. Like someone staged it. The overturned chair in the living room feels deliberate. The scattered pills in the bathroom sink. Lorazepam, anxiety medication. Placed, not dropped. The note on the kitchen counter. I'm sorry. 2 words that could mean suicide. But Detective Mahmoud does not believe it. Women who plan suicide do not pack suitcases. He found one in her bedroom closet. Half filled. Clothes folded neatly. Toiletries missing from bathroom. Passport still in the safe but cash gone. She was preparing to leave, not to die. He photographs everything. The cracked picture frame. Family photo, her mother and siblings. The laptop open on the counter. Browser history showing searches about leaving abusive relationships. The rose gold ring on the nightstand. Engraved, Forever S. 3:47 a.m. He interviews the building's security guard. Did you see Ms. Reyes leave yesterday? Yes, sir. Around 3:30 p.m. She looked normal. Said hello. Got in her car. Did she return? No, sir. Her car has not come back. Any visitors to her apartment recently? The guard checks the log. No registered visitors this week. But, he hesitates. What? Sometimes I see a black Range Rover parked on the street. Not in our garage. Just on the street. Maybe 4, 5 times in the past month. Late at night. Never stays long. License plate. I never checked. Should I have? Detective Mahmoud writes this down. Black Range Rover. Expensive vehicle. Someone with money. For 15 a.m. He pulls her phone records. Last call. 3:52 p.m. yesterday to her assistant Priya. 47 seconds. Last text message. 3:49 p.m. to unknown number. Okay, but just talking. He traces the unknown number. Registered to a company. Al-Hashimi Investments. He writes the name down. Underlines it twice. March 17, 2024. The villa. 8:23 a.m. Detective Mahmood drives to Al Bursha South, Villa 847. Registered owner, Samir Al-Hashimi. He knocks. No answer. He knocks again. Sees movement through the frosted glass. The door opens. Samir stands there in workout clothes, fresh from the gym, relaxed, smiling. Can I help you? Detective Rashid Mahmood, Criminal Investigation Department. I am looking for Yasmin Reyes. Do you know her? Yasmin? Yes, of course. She manages the hotel where I invest. Why? Is something wrong? She has been missing since yesterday evening. When did you last see her? Samir's face shows perfect concern. Practiced. Missing? Oh no. I saw her maybe 2 weeks ago? At the hotel. A business meeting. She did not visit you yesterday evening? No. Why would she? Detective Mahmood shows him his phone. The text exchange. This is your number, correct? She texted you at 3:49 p.m. yesterday. Okay, but just talking. What were you talking about? Samir does not hesitate, does not look nervous. Oh, that. Yes. I texted her asking if we could meet to discuss some concerns I had about hotel management. But she never showed up. I assumed she changed her mind. You texted her to meet at 8 p.m.? Yes, at a cafe near the hotel. I waited until 8:30. She did not come. I left. Which cafe? Samir names a place. Public. Cameras. Witnesses. He is lying, but he has an alibi ready. May I come in and look around? Samir smiles. Do you have a warrant? No. Then respectfully, I would prefer you did not. I have nothing to hide, but I know my rights. If you want to search my home, bring a warrant. Detective Mahmood knows he cannot push further. If you hear from Ms. Reyes, please contact me immediately. Of course. I hope she is found safe. The door closes. Detective Mahmood stands on the doorstep. He does not believe a word Samir said, but belief is not evidence. March 17th to 18th. The Forensic Trail. Detective Mahmood pulls Yasmin's car GPS records. Last recorded location. 7:58 p.m., March 16th. Parked outside Villa 847, Al Bursha South. She was there. Samir lied. He requests surveillance footage from the villa's security system. Samir's lawyer responds within 2 hours. Footage available only with a warrant. He gets the warrant by 6:47 p.m., March 17th. The footage shows Yasmin's car arriving at 7:58 p.m., shows her walking to the door. Shows her entering the villa at 8:02 p.m. It does not show her leaving, but the exterior camera angles are limited. Only the front gate and main entrance. The side and back of the villa have blind spots. Detective Mahmood requests footage from neighboring villas. 3 of them have cameras pointing toward the street. 11:52 p.m., March 17th. He reviews the footage. Villa 851, camera pointed at the street. At 11:41 p.m., March 16th, a black Range Rover exits Villa 847's driveway. License plate visible. DXB 4792. Registered to Samir Al-Hashimi. The Range Rover turns toward Route 611. Direction, Jebel Ali. Detective Mahmood checks traffic cameras along that route. Catches the Range Rover at 3 different intersections between 11:47 p.m. and 12:23 a.m. Final sighting, 12:31 a.m. March 17th. Industrial Road 7, Jebel Ali Free Zone. After that, nothing. No cameras in that area. March 18th, 7:15 a.m. Detective Mahmood gets a warrant for Samir's warehouse in Jebel Ali Industrial Zone. Al-Hashimi Investments owns 3 properties there. 9:34 a.m. Forensic team arrives at warehouse number 7. Metal building, 2,000 square meters. Used for storage of construction materials according to business records. They find shipping containers. 15 of them. Stacked. Locked. They open them one by one. First container, lumber. Second container, tile samples. Third container, plumbing fixtures. Fourth container, empty except for Egyptian cotton sheets bundled in the corner. White. High thread count. Hotel quality. Forensics photographs them. One of the techs notices something. Dark stains on one sheet. She bags it. Runs a presumptive test for blood. Positive. Detective Mahmoud's phone rings at 10:47 a.m. We need to search the other containers. All of them. March 18th, 2:17 p.m. The discovery. Container number 11. Locked with a heavy-duty padlock. Forensics cut it. The door swings open. The smell hits them first. Unmistakable. Inside, wrapped in more sheets, is Yasmin Reyes. She is fully clothed. The cream blouse she wore to work 2 days ago. Black pencil skirt. One shoe on, one missing. Her face is visible. Eyes closed. Peaceful, almost. Except for the petechial hemorrhaging. Tiny red dots around her eyes. Broken blood vessels from strangulation. Ligature marks around her neck. Bruising. Defensive wounds on her hands. Forearms. She fought. The medical examiner arrives at 3:04 p.m. Preliminary assessment. Manual strangulation. Death occurred 36 to 48 hours ago. Time of death estimated between midnight and 2 a.m. on March 17th. Toxicology samples taken. Blood. Tissue. Stomach contents. Detective Mahmoud stands outside the container. He has seen many bodies in 16 years. This one makes him angry. She tried to leave. She did everything right. Reported the harassment. Sought legal help. Planned to escape. And still she ended up here. March 18th, 4:52 p.m. The arrest. Detective Mahmoud drives to Samir's office. Downtown Dubai. Glass Tower. 34th floor. Al-Hashimi Investments. Receptionist tries to stop him. He is in a meeting. Detective Mahmoud walks past her. Opens the conference room door. Samir sits with 4 men in suits. Business meeting. Spreadsheets on the table. Samir Al-Hashimi, you are under arrest for the murder of Yasmin Reyes. Samir does not look surprised. He looks calm. He stands, straightens his tie. This is a mistake. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Handcuffs. Samir does not resist. Does not speak. Just that same calm expression. As they walk him out, he says one thing. I want my lawyer. March 18th to 19th. The interrogation. Samir sits in the interrogation room with his attorney, Khalid Al-Nasser. One of the best defense lawyers in the UAE. Expensive. Connected. Detective Mahmoud lays out the evidence. Your car was seen leaving your villa at 11:41 p.m., March 16th. Heading toward Jebel Ali, your warehouse, where we found her body. Khalid responds. My client's car was seen. That does not prove my client was driving. The villa security footage shows Yasmin entering your client's home at 8:02 p.m. She never left. How do you explain that? Perhaps she left through a side exit. The cameras do not cover the entire property. We found her body in his warehouse, which is accessible to multiple employees. Anyone with a key could have placed her there. Detective Mahmoud leans forward. We found Rohypnol in her system. Same dosage found in a wine glass in your client's villa. We found his DNA under her fingernails. We found her DNA in his car. Silence. Then Khalid. My client has no comment at this time. Samir stares at the wall. Emotionless. March 20th. The breakdown. They hold Samir for 72 hours. Standard procedure. He says nothing. Eats. Sleeps. Shows no remorse. But on the 3rd day something shifts. March 20th. 11:47 a.m. Samir asks to speak. Without his lawyer. Detective Mahmoud sits across from him. Records the conversation. I want to tell you what happened, Samir says. His voice is flat, detached, like he is describing a business transaction. She was leaving me, after everything I did for her, everything I gave her. She was just going to walk away. So you killed her. I invited her to dinner, to say goodbye. I thought maybe I could change her mind, but I knew I could not. So I prepared. I put Rohypnol in her wine. Just enough to make her compliant. I did not want her to suffer. Detective Mahmood feels disgust rising. You strangled her. She was unconscious. She did not feel it. I made it quick. Forensics says it took 4 to 6 minutes. That is not quick. Samir's face twitches. First sign of emotion. I needed to make sure. I could not risk her waking up. Why did you do it? Because I loved her. Because she was mine. Because if I could not have her, no one could. That is not love. That is the only love that matters. Detective Mahmood stops the recording. He cannot listen anymore. The evidence room. March 22, 2024. Police execute a warrant for Samir's villa. What they find transforms the case from murder to revelation of systematic predation. The basement. Locked room. Padlocked from the outside. Soundproofed walls. Inside, a laptop. A filing cabinet. A workstation that looks like mission control for surveillance. The laptop contains folders. Organized. Labeled. 23 women's names. Yasmin's folder is the largest. 847 photographs of her. The first dated February 3, 2023, her third week as general manager. She is buying apples at a grocery store. Telephoto lens. She never knew someone was watching. Videos. Hours of footage from the cameras he installed in her apartment. Her bedroom. Bathroom. Living room. Timestamps going back 7 months. Audio recordings. Phone calls. Conversations. All intercepted. All saved. The filing cabinet contains physical folders. Handwritten notes. Obsessively detailed. Yasmin's folder. 73 pages. Her schedule. Her habits. Maps of her routes. Lists of her fears. Names and addresses of her family members in Manila. Page 73. The last page, dated March 10, 2024. 6 days before he killed her. Final option. If she leaves, we both end. Forensic psychologist Dr. Amira Hassan reviews the evidence. Her report states, subject exhibits classic symptoms of obsessive love disorder combined with narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial traits. Inability to accept rejection. Escalating need for control. Complete lack of empathy. High risk for violence when threatened with abandonment. But here is what disturbs investigators most. The other 22 folders. The other women. March 25, 2024. Detective Mahmood contacts all 23 women whose files were found. 19 respond. Most live in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Some have moved to other Emirates. All are shocked. None knew they were being watched. Interview excerpts. Layla K., 29, bank manager. I remember him. He came into my branch several times last year. Always friendly. Asked about my day. Complimented my work. I thought he was just a polite customer. You are telling me he was stalking me? Nadia F., 26, pharmacist. Oh my God. There was a man who used to come to the pharmacy. Bought small things. Always at closing time. Always when I was working alone. He knew my schedule. I thought it was coincidence. Sarah M., 31, marketing executive. I saw a car outside my apartment building. Black Range Rover. 3, maybe 4 times. I reported it to building security. They said they would check. Nothing came of it. That was him. None of them reported feeling threatened. He was careful. Polite. Never crossed obvious lines. Just watched. Documented. Prepared. But 3 women cannot be contacted. Hala A., 24, moved to London in 2022. Disconnected all social media. Changed her phone number. When investigators finally reach her through family, she breaks down. He would not leave me alone. Showed up at my work. Sent gifts. I told him to stop. He smiled and said he was just being friendly. I felt crazy, like I was overreacting. So I left the country. Noor S., 28. The woman from 2009. Samir's ex-girlfriend. Living in London. Refuses to speak to investigators. Her lawyer sends a statement. My client has nothing to add. She moved on years ago and wishes to maintain her privacy. But investigators find old police reports from 2009. nor had filed a harassment complaint. No action taken. Insufficient evidence. Paige Dunlap, 24. Missing since March 14, 2021. Pharmacy technician at Oak Street Pharmacy, Glendale, Nebraska. Wait, Nebraska? Investigators are confused. Samir has never lived in Nebraska. They dig deeper. Find records. Samir's ex-wife, Layla, is originally from Minnesota. Her sister lives in Nebraska. Samir visited there in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Business trips, he claimed. 3 to 5 days each visit. Paige Dunlap worked at a pharmacy Samir visited in March 2021. His credit card shows purchases there. 4 times in 1 week. She disappeared March 14, 2021. Last seen leaving work at 11:15 p.m. Her car found the next morning. Keys in ignition. Purse on seat. She was never found. Investigators contact Nebraska authorities. Share evidence. Paige's folder from Samir's basement contains 47 photographs. A map of her route home. A handwritten note. Too risky. Too far from base. The case remains open. No body. No direct evidence linking Samir. But everyone knows. The wife's testimony. April 8, 2024. Layla Al-Hashimi takes the stand. She has filed for divorce. Custody of the children granted to her immediately given the circumstances. She testifies for 4 hours. Her voice shakes, but she does not break. I found a folder in 2018. A woman named Paige. Photographs. Schedules. Maps. I confronted him. He told me I was paranoid. Crazy. He said if I told anyone, he would hurt my family. My mother. My sister. My niece. I believed him. Why did you stay? Because I was afraid. Because I thought I could protect my children by staying. Because I thought if I gave him what he wanted, a stable home, a respectable marriage, he would not hurt anyone else. I was wrong. When did you know about Yasmin? September 2022. I saw the photographs. Hundreds of them. I knew he was obsessed. I knew she was in danger. Did you warn her? Silence. Tears. No. Why not? Because I was a coward. Because I chose my children over her. Because I thought if I stayed quiet, she would be okay. I was wrong. The prosecutor asks, what do you want to say to Yasmin's family? Layla looks at the gallery. Yasmin's mother, Isabella, sits in the front row. Sister Christina. Brother Miguel. They flew from Manila for the trial. I am sorry. I could have saved her. I knew what he was. I stayed silent. Her blood is on my hands too. The trial. April-May 2024. The trial lasts 6 weeks. Prosecution presents overwhelming evidence. The photographs. The videos. The notebooks. The forensics. Samir's confession. Defense argues diminished capacity. Mental illness. Obsessive love disorder is a recognized condition. He needs treatment, not prison. Prosecution argues premeditation. 7 months of surveillance. Roofies purchased 2 weeks before the murder. The shipping container prepared in advance. This was not passion. This was execution. May 15, 2024. Jury deliberates for 6 hours. Verdict. Guilty of first-degree murder. Guilty of kidnapping. Guilty of stalking. Guilty of unlawful surveillance. Guilty on all 17 counts. Sentencing. Life in prison. Possibility of parole after 25 years. Samir shows no emotion, just stares ahead. The victim impact statement. Yasmin's mother, Isabella, reads a statement. Her hands shake so hard, Christina has to steady the paper. My daughter did everything right. She worked hard. She followed rules. She reported the harassment. She sought help. She tried to leave, and your system failed her. The hotel protected him because he had money. The police did not act fast enough. The lawyers could not move fast enough. And my daughter died because no one stopped him. You want to know what Yasmin was like? She was the girl who raised her siblings when their father died. Who sent money home even when she had nothing. who called every Sunday no matter how tired she was, who dreamed of opening a hospitality school in Manila to give other Filipino girls opportunities. She will never do that now, because a man decided he owned her, because the system gave him the tools to hunt her. Cameras, access, authority, benefit of the doubt, everything he needed to trap her. I hope he rots in that prison. But that will not bring my daughter back. Where they are now, Samir al-Hashimi, serving life sentence at Al-Wathba Prison, Abu Dhabi. Cell Block D, maximum security. Model prisoner. No incidents. Reads psychology books. Works in the prison library. Eligible for parole in 2049. He will be 69 years old. Layla al-Hashimi moved to London with her children. Changed her name. Advocates for domestic violence awareness. Donates to women's shelters. Lives with guilt every day. Yasmin's family. Isabella moved back to their old neighborhood. Christina finished nursing school. Works at Manila General Hospital. Miguel graduated engineering, works in Qatar. Sends money home to their mother now. They visit Yasmin's grave every Sunday. Palm Royale Hotel. New management. Zero tolerance harassment policy. Mandatory training. Background checks on investors. Too late for Yasmin. The system. No significant changes. Wealthy men still have access. Still have power. Still get benefit of the doubt. Somewhere right now, another woman is being watched. Another folder is being built. Another man in a position of power is deciding he owns someone who does not belong to him. The question is not if it will happen again. The question is whether anyone will stop it before another Yasmin Reyes ends up in a shipping container, wrapped in sheets, discarded like property. This is not just Samir al-Hashimi's story. This is the story of every woman who trusted the wrong person, who followed the rules and still lost, who died because the system values money and power over her life. All you can do is tell the story. All you can do is say her name. Yasmin Isabella Reyes. She deserved better.